This is not what I expected Sao Paulo to be. Well, we're making our journey back home to California from Salvador de Bahia, and we just so happen to have a 14-hour layover in Sao Paulo.
At first, we said 14 hours, that's so annoying, just spending in the airport. But then we said, that's an opportunity to discover a new city.
Exactly. Turns out there's like so many tours that you can find online that will take you to do things in the city, which is good because the airport we're at is the one that's a little bit outside of the city. So we're gonna meet up with Danilo, who's gonna show us around.
I cannot wait to discover a new city over here in Brazil, and it's the largest one in the country.
I think we have a lot to see.
Let's go.
Danilo picks us up in his trusty truck from the airport, and we make the 38-minute drive into the heart of Sao Paulo. As the fourth largest city in the world, it's already awake, and it becomes immediately obvious that we aren't nearly caffeinated enough to keep up. Danilo insists on taking us to his favorite breakfast spot, Palma de Ouro.
We step in and it's a delightful mashup of bakery, restaurant and grocery store. Danilo explained that these hybrid spots are very common in Sao Paulo, but it's here where we get our first glimpse of how efficient and high-tech this city is.
To enter, you grab these plastic discs at the turnstile. They're used to keep track of what you order, and when you're done, you use it to pay and stick it in the turnstile to exit. It's genius. So we grab our own discs and head to the table in the back where Danilo starts ordering for us.
And they have coffee milk, and the coffee milk here is awesome.
Oh yeah, we'll do that too.
He said like we should try, like we must try this dessert, and it's called Romeo and Juliet, and it's, oh my god, I'm celebrating. It's guava and cheese. So this is totally our style, Juliana and me, and we cannot wait to try it.
Good.
It's not the artificial flavor of guava. It's real guava flavor. Wow, you're gonna love it.
And another thing that you can get here that I love in Brazil is brigadeiro, and I think I saw it earlier. They do. Pão de queijo. My favorite two items in Brazil. I just can't stop eating them. They're so good. I love that this tour already, he's like, we're not gonna be doing only tourist stuff. Like, I wanna show you how I live. I come to this cafe a lot, even though I live on the other side of town. I love it. It's like this guy has studied us. He knows exactly what we want.
He studied psychology.
True.
but he was like kind of asking us a little bit of what we want, and from then discovering. Actually, he's like, "Are you guys hungry? You want a coffee?" That's why we're gonna start in this place.
Yeah, I'm glad because we looked into so many tours, you guys. We read through and like talked to like 15 different companies because we really wanted one that wasn't just gonna only take us to like specific spots that are already listed. And you wouldn't believe how hard that can be to find sometimes.
We wrap up our pastries in these adorable coffees, plus we even managed to check out correctly with our plastic card thingies. Nice!
Libre.
It's back to the truck and we start driving around. And to be honest, we're a little confused. Everybody calls Sao Paulo a concrete jungle, and what we're seeing looks more like a natural jungle.
So there's 55 parks around the city. That is something that blows my mind. And 51% of the city is covered by greenery, right? So yeah, wow. Yeah, you need that in a city as big.
Yeah.
with 26 million people.
It's crazy.
So we are at the Parque Trianon, and this is a little taste of how Sao Paulo used to look. Like how dense is the jungle over here. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I love that they keep those parks with the original flora. It's amazing. Right now we're walking by ourselves and we're gonna see our guide in the other part of the park.
This is not what I expected Sao Paulo to be. It's impressive, and I was also shocked that it's the third most transited city in South America. There's tons of people passing through here on layovers to go to other places, and a lot of people are missing what's going on here. I'm so glad we left the airport.
As we near the other side of the park, the trees overhead get replaced with towering skyscrapers. And it just so happens to be we've made it to our next destination, the most important financial hub in the country, Paulista Avenue.
On Sunday, they close this whole street.
Wow.
Every Sunday.
It's a pedestrian street.
Whoa!
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice. So we're here at Paulista Avenue, one of the most important avenues in this city. Now, keep in mind that if this state was a country, it would have the 20th largest, highest GDP in the world. So the state itself is the size of England. The population is the size of Argentina. And the GDP is the GDP of Switzerland. That's insane. There's a lot of money that goes through this state. And Paulista Avenue is, of course, a street that has financial businesses located here. And we're in a good spot where we can see the bike paths. Biking is huge here in Sao Paulo. There's 750 kilometers of bike paths. It's incredible.
Over here, there's a couple of free attractions that we spend a few minutes looking at, like the Japan House, which has an incredible fashion display you can see upstairs for free, and then across the street, another architectural marvel, the Casa de Rosas.
The garden's full of roses.
Oh, nice.
And then it's been like this since 1937 when the house was designed. Nowadays it's the Lecture and Library Museum. And it was recently restored. And it's amazing to see the house in between this, you know, brutalism and this more like modernist style construction.
But what we really came to this saga for, it's to visit the SESC building. This building looks after the welfare and quality of life of workers, offering services like gym, theater, library, and social services. But on top of that, Danilo let us know that at the top, there's an amazing viewpoint.
This is something.
Look where we are. He took us to the top of the highest possible point you could go to in Sao Paulo, SESC Paulista.
And from here you can have a very nice perspective of the main road and also the surrounding areas.
I mean, you can see north, south, east, west. But if you want to come up here, there is something important to know.
You have to book because every day they open like the tickets for to come over here at 10 a.m. every single day.
Yep, so if you want to be with all these people taking their little selfies, gotta book at 10 a.m.
At this part, like, doesn't matter where are you looking at.
It doesn't have a building.
Exactly.
And whatever your eyes can touch is São Paulo.
Wow. That looks like a movie phrase. You know?
It's like Lion King.
Lion King.
We joke, São Paulo do have the nickname as Gotham City because of this.
Oh, really?
That's
Beautiful.
cool. Quick question for you. What do you love about living in Sao Paulo?
You can do anything you want, anytime you want. If you decide to eat a burger at 3 a.m., you can. It's a city where some parks are 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
And you can have a healthy life and go by bike in most places.
Everybody's biking.
We are walking towards this idea of respecting the cyclist because having this environment feeling about less car, less pollution, less traffic, more biking.
I mean, and you've taught us so much too about how, like, whenever they're developing a new building, the developers have to do something to give back to the neighborhood, which I think is incredible.
This is something that it's changing the perspective of São Paulo city as a big city.
Yeah.
Because though you have a lot of construction, São Paulo used to be described as the concrete jungle.
Yeah.
Now with these green spaces, and for example, when I told you about that, it means that every construction must have 40% of the land green.
Oh, wow.
So to build whatever you want, you still have to have 40% of your floor green.
Yeah.
And that is changing the city perspective, is changing the city landscape. And the thing is, it's not just about building the green spaces, but also keeping it.
Coming from Mexico City, I found Sao Paulo city planning truly impressive. It reminds me of the innovative urban design scenes in cities like Singapore. The ability to implement such efficient and effective city planning in one of the world's largest cities is remarkable. It's something I hope other major cities can look up to.
After driving around a little more, we come to a church called Nossa Senhora do Brasil. It's a stunning example of Brazilian Baroque architecture. But there's another reason Danilo has brought us here.
And I want to show you something that they have inside of this church that is unique. It's kind of a museum. And they have 3 paintings from one of the most famous artists from Brazil, describing special moments in the country in terms of foundation of the country.
Wow.
Oh my God. Wow.
represents the foundation of Sao Paulo city. And here we have described a little bit of what it was the indigenous and the Jesuits. And when we talk about them, the foundation and the beginning of everything in Brazil starts with the missions from the Jesuits, which is the centralized part of the painting.
This place is so beautiful. First of all the roof, let's say like that, so the dome, it looks a little bit like the Sixtine Chapel, which is beautiful. But what I like the most, there's couples that represent each of the regions of Brazil, you know, like with their tree, the bird, and they're dressing up as each of the regions of Brazil, which is beautiful. Also, we learned two different things right now. One, he was telling us about like how crazy the weddings are over here. People spend more than $200,000, $400,000 in weddings. So just imagine how crazy they are. And also, specifically for this church, you have to wait 2 years to get married over here. So if you want to get married over here, I will recommend to sign up for this one.
We've seen the beautiful sights here in Sao Paulo, but you know something I'm very, very excited to try is taking their subway. Danilo is taking us right now to take the subway to lunch. I'm super excited we get to do this, especially because I don't know if we'd be able to navigate it without him.
We're jumping into the yellow line.
Okay, perfect.
Every single day, 3 million people, they cross between the red line and the blue line. 3 million people each day. That's the population of Uruguay.
The subway is clean, fast, easy to navigate, and only 5 reales per ride. We take the yellow line to Mercado Pinheiros, where Danilo showed us a little stand called Mocoto.
So the one I recommend is the traditional, onde está o baiao? Só para mostrar para eles. Right here, it says rice, beans, is the typical beans from the Northeast, dry meat, sausage, a special cheese from Brazil, and it's the simple one. That's the one that I think if it's...
Perfect.
Let's
do that, yeah.
2 of those?
Perfect, 2 of those.
Alright. Então 2 baiões simples, uma água e uma cerveja.
I'm having so much fun on this tour.
I think Sao Paulo is a city that is underestimated. Like, wow, it's incredible how green it is, how vibrant it is. I don't know, Jules, I didn't expect this.
Not at all. And you know, it's funny, guys, to let you in on, you know, lifting up the curtain for you guys a little bit. We filmed 13 videos in 4 weeks. We have been busy, and this is our last video we're filming of the trip. So we're kind of tired. We're like, oh, I don't know if Sao Paulo. I mean, we've seen so much stuff.
Yeah.
But no, this has actually been such a great surprise.
For a 26 million people city, we were expecting like a concrete jungle,
exactly,
you know?
Yeah. But I think what's really made this day so special is Danilo and this tour.
Definitely, because it's not only the sightseeing, it's also the history, the culture, little random facts.
Yeah.
Make it, I don't know, like a nice experience
Exactly.
overall.
He absolutely hit the nail on the head when he picked this next spot we're at right now, which is called Mocoto.
In the Mercado Pinheiro.
Exactly. We love food markets. He read our mind, and he wanted to take us to a Japanese place at first. We're like, you know what we'd really like to try is like some sort of regional dish.
That's right.
He's like, I have just the place. It's in this little market, a tiny little stall that just so happens to have a Michelin star.
That's
and
right.
It's completely not pretentious.
And we're trying a dish that is called baiao. So we're gonna let you guys know how is it.
Yeah. We'll leave the link to this tour down below in the description if you're interested in booking. They do have multiple different tour guides, so make sure you ask for Danilo. He's the best. And we're really enjoying it. What a great way to spend this layover. I've already forgotten that we need to go on a plane for like 13 hours after this.
And you know what, Juliana? Let's get tired so we can sleep the entire flight.
I already am, honey. Do you think these are peppers?
I don't know. Or tomatoes.
Oh, that's a pepper. It's not spicy though. Loving all the color in this. It looks so beautiful. Wow. This is nice. Every country has their take on beans and rice, right? You see this all over the world, especially in Latin America. But this is delicious. I love how it's mixed together. Every bite just is packed full of flavor. This is perfect. It's exactly what we needed.
Wow.
Right?
It's very, very tasty. It's like I don't know, I cannot compare it with something. I will say a paella, but no, it's completely different. Wow.
Super good.
We finish up our meal and find out that Danilo has one more trick in his sleeve. This dude knows the way to my heart. He's taking us to a football stadium.
I cannot believe this. We're inside of Morumbi. That is one of the stadiums over here in Sao Paulo. Actually, the team that it plays over here is the Sao Paulo. And I always see this football stadium on the TV. But right now, being here, being able to see the field, it's a dream come true. So from the big shop inside, you can see the stadium for free. That's a good thing.
And so, in the span of 7 hours, we managed to do all of this. Danilo drives us back to the airport. We make it back with a few hours to kill before the long 15-hour journey home. After visiting 3 lounges with our priority pass, we decided on W Premium Lounge because it looked the nicest, and we took advantage of all the free food and drinks, and even took a shower. If you're curious how we get lounge access, check out the list of credit cards in the description that give free access to priority pass lounges.
Well, that's it for Sao Paulo. Let us know if you guys liked us doing this layover video and if you want to see us do it in other cities.
I hope you like it because we really like this place and I think we have to come back.
Absolutely. We've left this video to the side for you guys to keep watching our adventures so long.
Travel well.
And make the world your neighborhood. See you guys next time.
Bye.